Welcome back, guys. In this tutorial we start with the retopology and we want to create a new surface structure for our character with squared faces to make it easy for texturing and animation. With Shift and A we add a new mesh, a plane, and rotate it 90 degrees along the x-axis. Go to side view and edit mode. We move the plane in front of our character, and then with R we add a new loop in the middle, select the vertices here and delete them. And then we add a mirror modifier. And here on top we activate the snapping. First let me do these changes here. We activate also the clipping. Select the vertices here and connect them. We select all. And we start with the chest area. We make a loop from the chest around the shoulders and to the neck. Closer to the character. And scale it down a little bit more. So like this. Now we activate the snapping and snap on faces and snap with median. Affect the move, rotate and scaling. Now we snap them on the object. Then we activate the poly build tool. Just hover with the mouse here on this edge, and with the left mouse button we extrude this edge. Okay, just place them here. Now same thing here, extrude, extrude, and now we build a loop around here. This. Extrude. Extrude. And connect. And then we continue here on the left shoulder. Select the edge on top. Just hover above with the mouse. And extrude with the left mouse button. And we build this loop till the neck. Just grab this vertex here and move it much higher, and then here select this part and extrude, make this loop here around the neck on the back side. And also with the polybuild tool, you can create new loops in the middle of a face. Just hover with your mouse above it, and then with R you can create a new loop there. Now we continue with the front of our character here. Build the loop around there. You can rotate. Now we get this loop complete around the neck. And here you can add a new edge loop. Another cool trick with the polybuild tool, just hover above an angle and hold your left mouse button, and now you got a new face. I can activate the shortcut keys. I always forget this. See how quick it is? Just hover and grab, and now we got a very quick loop. The polybuild tool is great because it makes the retopology workflow much easier and much faster. And when select the 4 vertices here in a square, you can close them with F. To get a new face there. And here I see on top we got a double vertex we can delete. Here we make a new loop. And close the face, close this part and close this part. And then we make a loop in front along the neck till the mouth from this guy. Select the edge, hold the left mouse button and extrude. Now we build this loop here along the neck on the front. And I will activate the shortcut keys one more time. And then I show you another trick, a cool thing how you can create new loops very easy with the knife tool. Select this part here, and with K can use this knife tool around here. Can go to the vertices and select this one here and close these 2 parts here. Select this face here, close with F. I just want to show you now how it works. I won't delete it now. To show you another thing you can use. Using the knife tool again, make a cut here. And another cut here. Close his face and then make a cut here on the angle. And another cut. Here one and here another cut. And here. You can use this around of a rounded object like chin or something like that, or on the ass somewhere like that. But here we don't need, because he don't have a big chin, this guy. I will delete this later when we come back to the face. Now we create the loop around the mouth. Just grab the edge and extrude. Extrude, rotate a little bit. Just like that. Extrude, extrude, rotate, extrude, rotate, extrude, and extrude. And now we start with the loop in front of the nose. And then we make another loop around the nose. Exactly there. And close this part here. Then we select this face here and close it. Then with E we extrude this part. Just change a little bit. And select this face again. And now we extrude. And scale it down to fill the hole from the nose. And now, with the left mouse button and with Alt, we select the loop around the mouth. And extrude with E. Extrude, and now scale it down to make the lips. Turn on snapping again and place all the vertices inside to make it look clean. And then with R we can make another edge loop here around the mouth, and same thing we can do with the lips here. Just clean it up a little bit. And now let's make the loop around the nose with the poly build tool. We close this area later. Now we make the loop here in front of the body. And now we select two vertices and Shift D, duplicate, place them here. Now we build a loop around his belly. Now we extrude this part here, close it and close this part. Just move this vertex a little bit outside. Select here and shrink it down a little bit, and this part also here and here. Looks much better. Let's make an edge loop here. To poly build tool and extrude this area here. Extrude, extrude, rotate, so like this, close this part. and extrude this area and close this part here. Extrude another part here. Close. And that looks good. Select these parts here and close. Select this part and close. Now we make an edge loop here with R. Just clean it up. And close these parts here. Just clean it up a little bit. This vertex here is inside. Now get another one inside. I see these faces are inside. Just select all of them. Then go to mesh and flip the normals. And now we make a loop here around the body of this guy. To the poly build tool, select and extrude. Select, extrude. Close. You can make another edge loop. Just clean it up a little bit. And now we can make a loop along his neck on the side. Make sure you have the same faces like we have in front, so that we can connect them very easy. Same thing on his back side. Now let's continue with the side body. Make a faces here. And then the lower body. That looks good. Same thing we do on his backside. So we can easily connect all the loops later. Now we can close the neck. first we can change this neck here, because I just want to show you this. Just delete the vertices and select and close. Now we can start here with closing and connecting the neck. Just grab the angle and extrude. Clean it up a little bit. We select 4 vertices and close them with F. Do the same here. Grab the angle and extrude. Here we extrude another loop. Now we can select and close all of these faces here. And then on the chin we can make another edge loop there.
Now we add a few edge loops into the neck so that we can connect the faces from the upper body. Just clean it up a little bit. Now we can fill the part of the chest. Just turn on the poly build tool and let's start here in front. This part we can close. This part and this part here. Now we get this. I'll just clean up a few vertices here. Now that looks good. Now we can start here with a loop along the head. And here another one. Here we can close this area. And connect the side from the head here. Close this. Poly build and start another loop here. And on the back side from the head, we can close. Close this part here. See, something is wrong here, but we can fix this now. Close this part. And now let's go back to the nose. Can continue here. Make another loop on the side. Connect it with the loop here in front. Then we can close these parts here. Let's continue here. Make another loop in the middle here. Close this. Close this. Here we make another edge loop. Close this part. This and close this part, this and this. Now we get the nose. And now we can start build another loop around here. The poly build tool, grab and extrude. Can fill these parts here. So like this. And another loop around here. Fill this part and this part here. Continue this loop and close it here. Clean it up a little bit. And the nose. So we can close this part. Now let's duplicate these two vertices here. Place them here to start the loop around the eye. And with Shift and D, duplicate it again and place it here. And duplicate it again on top. Now we can connect these parts here to build the loop around the eye. Use the same vertices on top like we use on the button from the eye. And later, when we're done with the character, we will also use a subdivision surface on it. Now we select everything, extrude without snapping, and then scale, and turn on snapping again, and place this loop around the eye. I'll just clean it up, all the vertices here. Now we can start connecting the faces here with the loop around the eye. You can create a new loop. And here, continue. And here we can build another loop around. If you understand this workflow, then it is very easy. The polybuild tool also makes it much easier now, the retopology. Just clean it up a little bit. Back to polybuild. Continue with this loop here. Now we close this part here. And here we can continue with this loop on the back side of the head. Now let's continue with this one here. We can close these parts here and just a little bit more and we're done with the head. Can close and another loop here. Now it needs a nice loop here on top of the head to close the head. Now we're coming to an end there. Another loop there. Connect. Let's connect this part here and this part. And here. Just clean it up a little bit. We select the loop here around the eye and flip the faces, and now it looks good. Go to wireframe mode and select this part here, and with H hide it so it can work much better. We can also hide this with a vertex group. I show you later how it works. Now we continue with this part here. To make a loop here, start a loop around the arm, around the upper arm. Now we can close these parts here. Here we set another loop. And before we start extruding the arm here, it will be much better when we hide a few faces from the upper body. Just select this part here. And just hide them now. We can work much better. Now select the loop around. But at first, let's change a few vertices here. Clean it up. Select and extrude. Much better turn off the snapping. We can extrude at first and then turn on snapping again. And it's a little bit of work now. But we have to do that. Select a loop again, turn off snapping and extrude. Turn on snapping again and same thing. And then when we're done with the arm, we can add a shrink wrap modifier. With this modifier you can embrace this retopology mesh much better around the sculpted mesh. You can also limit it with vertex groups. I'll select everything and add the shrink wrap. And then go to the settings here. Let's give it a name, the sculpted mesh. And go back, shrink wrap, and as target we choose our sculpted mesh here. Just choose the sculpt mesh and you see the changes directly. Then go to wireframe mode and select this part here and hide, and we'll continue with the lower body part here. Turn on snapping. A few new edge loops here. Clean it up. And now we can continue here. close these parts. And here we have enough space here to make some edge loops later when we need. For example, when we create the legs. But for now it's okay. Just close what we can. And then later we can add much more edge loops if we need them. Back to poly build and a new loop here. Start it. Close this part. Here we can close this. And this part here, we will start building the tail, around the tail, much later. Let's go back to the front. And continue here. Close this. And then we go to wireframe mode. Select this part here. And also these vertices here and hide them. So you can see only this part here. And we start building the fingers. Now we select the vertices here. Shift D, duplicate and place them here. Now here from side view, extrude and connect them.
also hide this part here. Go to Poly Build tool, and now let's build this part here around. Extrude this part and the little finger here. Now we select this part here and extrude. Turn off the snapping. Scale it down a little bit. Turn it on again and place the vertices here. Clean it up a little bit. Then we extrude this part here. And the lower part here. Turn off Poly Build. Select these two vertices here and connect them. And then we close this face. And then we select all the vertices here and extrude. And then clean up all the vertices now here. So front view maybe, and now this is here, and then on top view. Just a little bit of work, but we have to do. Then we select the face here and with E extrude, turn off the snapping and scale it down. So we have much better result later when we animate the fingers. Then we select all the vertices here and extrude. Now we do the same thing here. Just clean it up. Extrude. Then select the face in the middle, extrude and scale it down. Extrude. Then we select all the vertices and extrude and scale this part down. Turn on snapping and just snap all the vertices. And then I will create all the other fingers. Let's continue. Show up everything now. And the hand we will do later. Select all of this, only the part here from body, the connection from body and the leg. Let's bring them back and just a little bit more, like this here. Turn on the poly build tool and start building the loop here in front. Close this part. Start this loop here and let's select the top and hide. Poly build and continue here. Let's rotate a little bit. You can make a lot of loops later, a few more edge loops, but at first let's build some basic faces here, basic loops. Do an edge loop here. Close these parts here. You can extrude the angle and also this here. The poly build tool makes it very easy. Continue here. Let's hide this part and also this part here. This part. It was wrong. This is much better. Here, this is the part around the tail. Let's bring it back. Hide again. Now I made a little bit more, and the last part, a few minutes, it doesn't record. I'm sorry for that. You see here, I start building the leg. We select the loop here and with E extrude, and then without the snapping tool, and then we turn on the snapping again and clean up the vertices.
then we select everything, turn off snapping, extrude, rotate a little bit. That will be the part of the knee. Then when turn on snapping again, we clean up all the vertices. Then we select everything, turn off snapping and extrude. Turn on snapping again. And clean up all the vertices. Same thing. Now I'm done with the leg. And then select everything. And hide everything, only the part here, connection from the leg and the feet. Select one vertex here, Shift D, then extrude, and with this part we start building the toes. Poly build tool, same thing how we build the fingers. And then we're done with the toes. Just clean it up a little bit. Just make sure it's snapped, and then we continue here with the poly build tool and extrude these parts and this part here. Close the faces. Then we start with the foot here. We select everything, only this loop here we want to see. You can rotate a little bit. Select this part and extrude. Just we do the same thing. Same like what we do on the other side. And we can hide this part here, this loop. Extrude the toes here. faces. So poly build and build a loop around here. Extrude the edges here. Extrude this part. Scale it a little bit. Close the faces between. Then on the back side here we continue with the loop here. Extrude the edges here. These faces we can close, and also this face here. You can make an edge loop. Because here we need a few more loops to connect the toes. Just snap them on. Just check it out, what we do next. Make a loop at first here. Snap on all the vertices on the object. Then make another edge loop here. And then let's have a look where we can add another edge loop. Because we need a few more vertices here to connect the foot and the leg. Now we can start connecting the foot and the leg. And we can change the vertices a little bit. And then just close the faces. Here
edge loop here. We select this part here. And hide. And close all the faces. Close the faces here. Just clean it up. And the last one. And now we can start building the tail. Just let me check this. The party on the back side we make later. Just select all the vertices here. Go to side view and let me have a look. Yeah, it is correct. Back to side view. Turn off the snapping and extrude. We turn on snapping again. Clean up all the vertices so that we have a clear loop. Select everything, the loop around, turn off snapping and extrude, turn on snapping again, and snap all the vertices on the object. Same thing we do with the rest of the tail. Select the loop and extrude. Then clean up the vertices and snap on the object. Extrude. and then close the tail. Now we close the part on the back side. Now I'll make another loop around the eye so that we can make some eyelids later. And now I model the inside part from the mouth. I will show you in a quick time-lapse video now. one important thing, because we have the shrink wrap modifier on our character, and we don't want the shrink wrap modifier affects the inside part from the mouth. So what we do now, we select all the body and not the inside part from the mouth, and we create a vertex group for the body. And then under the shrink wrap modifier options, under vertex group, we choose the body vertex group. Make sure that everything is selected and not the vertices inside. Just double check it. I see there is something that we have to uncheck. There's another one. This is the inside part from the mouth. And we select this, go to vertex group and call it mouth assign. Then we deselect it, select all the body and call it body and assign. Now we go here to the modifier options and choose body vertex group. And now we're done with the retopology part. Give the video a like, subscribe to my channel, and then see you in the next tutorial. Bye!